guys, it's BC Sims, and we are back with another installment of The Sims 4 Alternate Realities Challenge. Okay, so Annabelle's in labor. We missed a little bit. We missed about 8 minutes of gameplay because I rage quit. Because in prior games that I was playing today and recording, my cell phones, the Sims cell phones weren't working. The UI would pop up here, and I was like, okay, so they patched something and a custom content is messing it up and I'm going to lose my mind. So I'm like, let me go repair the game and see if it works. And it worked. I repaired the game and whoopsie. And I clicked here and I was like, yay, look, my phone's worked. But as soon as I had Piper go to take a photo or whatever, because when I was originally doing it, okay, it works so much better now. Okay. All right. Good. So it was the mod. Okay. Anyway. So it was all showing up. All of these were showing up here, so you couldn't even click on these last two. Like, the UI wasn't functioning, and I'm like, why did they not test this? And all of their phones, no matter what color I picked for them, were all showing up the UI color was the same, but this box was at least showing up the right color that I chose, right? So I'm like, well, let me see if the UI is just messed up and it's all showing the same color and whatever. You know, whatever. I'll deal with that, and that's fine. And so we can't choose the top two colors, and this is stupid, and why don't they test things? So thank God I went to the forums, and I had already searched the forums, and somebody else had the problem with the UI not being there, and I'm like, well, it's really at the top of the screen. You just can't see it. It just hides. And repairing the game is nice, but then when I go take a photo, oh, now the UI's broken again. That's really annoying. You can't use the phones then. And I was like, if it's a piece of custom content, I'm so tired of the remove all your custom content and test it one by one. I'm going to punch someone because no. But thank God it was actually a mod that actually messes up it's the UI cheats mod that needed to be updated and that affected it. And thank God Rosemao on the forums is like a godsend because always has, hey, here's this. Always has a solution. Always knows what mods. I don't know how, but Sim Guru God is what Rosemao should be called because knows the answers to everything. And I don't know if Rosemao is a guy or girl. I have no idea. I always wanted him to lean towards she just because Rose to me, anyway, but yeah, so thankful, so grateful. Updated that mod, now everything works. And the UI looks fine. So me complaining about them not being able to get their shit in order is really because of the mod. So, okay, sorry about that. I apologize for bashing your testing skills, but the way it looked before, I was like, really? Really? Like, the layering's totally wrong. Why would you do it that way? But again, it was the mod for some reason was making the things. Anyway, I'm talking, and we need to, it's Harrison. Sorry, we're keeping Harrison. In all technicality, we should be changing the last name of the kid as we go. But if we, I think we'll do it the standard way, quote unquote, or, you know, but to me, I mean, to my culture anyway, because I know people might be different, but where if the boy is our heir, we'll continue with the Harrison name. If a girl is our heir, we'll have the child have their last name of her husband or baby daddy, because that's technically in a lot of cultures that I'm aware of, that's what they do. I don't know. Some place, and some people don't do that. Some people are like, oh, my child is always going to have the mother's last name or hyphenated names or whatever, but I'm going to go with that kind of quote unquote standard kind of thing instead of doing Harrison for the whole thing. But this kid's going to be Harrison. But I don't know. Here's me talking about this and just whatever. I'm going to go, I don't know. I want either Gunner or Colt. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with Gunner first. Gunner Harrison. And if we have another boy, we'll go with Colt. And I really do want them to have a girl because I want to name her Jinx. I really do. So all of these kids need to be little mischief makers. Which is going to be fun. So there we go. We have our first baby in the living room. Fabulous. But yeah, no. So originally, you know, they all showed up green. And when I clicked here, you could see that different colors were chosen. But this box, like I said, was here. So these top two colors Oh, that's hideous. It's like poop. You know, these two were underneath, so Silence and Notebook, you couldn't click these without clicking the thing, and it was really bizarre. I love how they have so many blue colors, but I'm so sick of seeing blue. I don't want blue. I want different colors. I want different colors. I mean, even though that's blue and green, but I'm still going to do hers blue because I just feel like she would be blue. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this dark blue. I feel like she would be blue. Hers is pink. And I'm so happy it works now. And I really feel bad about complaining about the layering. But, like, the fact that the phone, the UI shows up different, I can understand that, okay, the UI cheats mod messes up. But why does it... I just don't understand why it would mess up where everything was... Wait, didn't she just go to bed? Oh, crap. My game's frozen. Okay, there we go. So, anyway, I don't know. Doesn't make a difference to me. At least I know what the problem is. And we fixed it. Thank God we fixed it. Here's my problem, though. There's not enough... Oh, you know what, though? There's not enough room, technically, in this house for all of the kids and everything that they're gonna have. So I might actually... And I don't want to live here forever, so I'm thinking that... we might, you know, because we only have 2 bedrooms. So we can have a kid here and we can have one in here, but we only have room for 2 kids. But I want them to at least have 3. Because I want Golt and Golt. I want Golt and Connor. That sounds terrible. I want Colt and Jinx, you know? So I'm thinking next time we'll force twins. We'll have a boy and a girl. That would work out really well. And I suppose Gunnar can always have this room because it's like a single room, and then the twins could have this room, or the boys could have this room, and you know whatnot. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should have them move to a different house. We could always have them build. I mean, why would we not do that? Like, hey, let's build onto the house, you know? We want to have them redo some stuff, even though technically... It would be perfect to have one of the kids up here, but he doesn't share his bedroom. So I'm trying to think of maybe, for the sake of the fact that the kids... Maybe we rearrange it so he's got a bedroom, and it's like his own little area that he sleeps in, but there is like a bedroom area for her. So you can kind of like walk in, you know, and it looks like, okay, here's a bed, and there might be a door to his study area, and it just kind of looks like, oh, our parents have a room or something. I don't know. You just now figured out Piper is an alien? Oh, well, you know. Or we're just going to redo the basement and make this one of the kids' bedrooms. This would probably be Gunnar's bedroom when he's a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why I just did that, and I could have just... I opened the fridge, and then I took it from here and slid it. I don't know. Hey, you're all awake. What's up? So we'll probably wait till Gunnar ages up to a child before we have more kids, even though I so desperately want to have them now. I really do, but... So she's obviously here trying to, like, just, hey, you know, you have a kid now, you gotta, you know, maybe sell some of those paintings or something? They have plenty of money, but I kind of feel like maybe... I was just thinking maybe they would downsize and move someplace a little less expensive. You know, try to... I don't know. Oh, you know what would be really nice if that city expansion pack is like a real thing? If they put bunk beds in there for kids. You know, if you're living in an apartment in the city, kids would need bunk beds. Bunk beds! rockets, spiral staircases, and elevators. I'm just saying, don't make me hurt someone. Those would be really cool things to have. I mean, I feel like they would be functional for a city, you know? Just saying. Yeah, I think these guys would probably try to move someplace less expensive, you know, especially because, you know, Luna's suspicious death, and, you know, I just feel like, okay, you know, they were here and they moved to, you know, a different house in the town, but maybe they're thinking that, you know, we need to move, you know. People are still suspicious about Luna's death, and we really need to worry about that because, you know, and of course, Monet knows nothing. I feel like Piper probably, I'm not 100% sure if she would confide in Annabelle or not to say, like, hey, here's why we need to move. But I feel like she would probably open up to her friend. The game is totally frozen right now. And say, people are investigating us. They think, you know, because Luna died, even though she was an elder, they don't trust us, you know, because my father was strange, weird, mad scientist, and there's a lot of judgment from the people in this town, and I think we should, it's better off, especially for the kids. Okay, it was because I was highlighting her. I was like, what are her eyelashes doing? You know, it's better for the kids. It'd be better for Gunnar to grow up someplace where, you know, maybe he's not ridiculed or looked down upon because he's related to us, type of a thing. Because even though the cops, oh yeah, they can't prove that it was murder, but you know, there's always got to be that one guy. And this is Windenburg. It's more, yes, there's a little bit of a city and there's the outskirts, but I feel like it's more of a small city, like where, you know, the cops kind of know everyone and everybody kind of knows everybody's business, type of a thing, because everybody's probably been here for generations, and this he knows everyone in the town and whatever, and he's probably, you know, just, they're outsiders, you know, and even though Annabelle was born in this town, it's not enough, you know. My bird is like screaming. The Harrisons are a little oddballs. Plus, you know, they kind of already know that two of Ordell's kids ran away. Amelia went missing. Now they moved in with Luna because she was going to take them in, and somehow she just happens to wind up dead, you know, right as soon as Piper becomes a young adult. And it just kind of seems a little suspicious. And even if it didn't seem suspicious, I feel like this cop would have been suspicious of them. Just because they're outsiders, just because they're new in town, just because they don't belong, you know? So I feel like Piper's kind of feeling this itch, like, you know what? It's nice that we have this house and all, and it's Luna's and everything, but I really feel like we need to pack it up and move. We can go someplace that's less expensive. We can move back home. Dad moved here, you know, to get away from stuff in whatever town. I don't know if he lived in Willow Creek or Oasis Springs. I didn't think that far ahead or backwards, but you know, we can go back there. Or, you know, there's Willow Creek, there's Oasis Springs, there's even Newcrest. Like, there's tons of places we can go and start over. And of course, I mean, obviously, like, we'll still be visiting Windenburg because, you know, but you know, it's almost like they'd be leaving Windenburg and going to not just another town, but another, like, country, you know? Like, let's peace out of the country of Windenburg and go to the country of Oasis Springs. Even though, like, in The Sims, they would obviously still be visiting Windenburg for certain things, but we'll pretend that's not what they're doing. We'll just work with it. So I kind of feel like that's, like, Piper is kind of trying to seed it in their minds. You know, kind of lay the seeds so that they all kind of agree to do these kind of a thing. And of course, I don't think Monet really wants to move because I feel like he he still obviously has that thing for Luna, and being in her house is kind of makes him feel close to her, even though it was kind of a really messed up relationship because he was way too young and Luna was kind of manipulating him. I wouldn't say it was necessarily abusive, but it was a little bit. I mean, there was no physical or mental or emotional abuse like that, but it was still kind of abuse in the sense that she's using this person who is very easy to manipulate and using him for her own gains in a way, you know? And that's another kind of abuse right there. And he's got this Stockholm syndrome kind of thing where like, no, but she was great and yeah, Annabelle's fine and all. But Luna, and he still has this thing for Luna. And even though, now Annabelle has his baby and he's got to step up and be responsible, I mean, Piper's kind of orchestrated all this. She is a mastermind, this one. She's orchestrated all this to kind of get him to be with Annabelle because she wants Annabelle to be part of their family. She wants this to happen, and she, knows that this is how we're going to keep the family together is Monet needs to not live in this outer space world that he lives in, but obviously he does. And she's kind of hoping though, because she also knows too that he's burning through. I mean, yes, they do have money technically, but she's concerned like this house and this lavish lifestyle that they have, it's not going to last very long because she doesn't have a job. She has to take care of Monet because he can't really. I mean, it's not like he's, has any kind of disability where he needs someone focusing on him 24/7. He's not going to like burn the house down for making toast, because he's not going to make any toast. But that's the thing. Like, he's kind of just like off in his own little world, and he does all this painting and he drinks, and she kind of needs to be around because you never know. He does need a little bit of watching in a way. And he's not making any money, so she can't really go to work. Plus, she's also kind of like, look, I do everything for this family, which is like, I murder people for this family. So she kind of almost has this entitlement, like, I shouldn't have to work when I'm running this household and keeping everyone together. But she doesn't really say things like that because she's smarter than that. She's a little more manipulative, And Annabelle works, but Annabelle's not going to be able to support this lifestyle. And they're living in Luna's house, and they have her money and everything, but it's not. Most of her money is tied up in this land and all of these, antiques and everything that her family has. It's not tied up in hard cash. And the cash is going to run out fast, especially with the way Monet drinks and him going out painting and spending all this money on all these things, but that he never makes any money. He doesn't sell his paintings because he's got some kind of weird, like, I can't sell my paintings, like, you don't understand. And like, he's got this obsession with painting, but he can't sell his paintings. So it's a very weird thing with him. And, so Piper's kind of trying to think of the family in this situation. And I feel like she's going to kind of manipulate, like, of course, he's, she has to manipulate Monet into being with Annabelle. And, like, they have a kid, but of course he's like, well, I don't know how this happened, and it was an accident. It should never have happened. We need to just not, we need to stop this relationship because I don't want children, and this shouldn't be happening. But Piper, of course, definitely wants him to be with Annabelle because that's what's going to keep Annabelle here. Like, Annabelle and Piper are really good friends, but Annabelle's not going to stay around and keep working to support them or anything, even though, I mean, it's not her responsibility to support them, but you know what I mean? They need her for her job, and they need her for these things. And, Piper needs her around for her own sanity because, the only other contact she really has is her brother. And that's just, she's never going to have her own personal life. Like, she may be able to go out and talk to strangers, but she can't make real deep connections with anybody but Annabelle because, Annabelle has a thing for Monet, and Piper's kind of manipulated that a little. Like, I feel like Annabelle probably would have liked Monet, but probably would have been like, yeah, he's a little strange, and okay, I'm over it, and would have let it go, but Piper's kind of manipulated it. And now they have a child, so Annabelle can't really leave, but she still can't. She can and she can't. You know what I mean? Like, Piper's like, she can't leave because she has a child, and Monet needs to be with this child, but Monet doesn't seem to care that much. He has moments where he's like, oh, my kid, and it's great, but other moments where he just doesn't, it's like it doesn't exist. You know, the whole child family thing, not saying it as in the child, but like his whole, all of that doesn't exist to him. So Piper knows that she's got to do something to kind of strap this down. So with, you know, Monet not wanting to move and being like, well, no, you know, we're fine here. We don't need to move. And still obsessed with the whole Luna connection in this house, that she's thinking, you know, maybe I can work this to my advantage. Like, he had this child with Annabelle. He's thinking it should never happen again. Like, we can't, you know, it was an accident. We shouldn't have done this. Because he's almost feeling like he cheated on Luna. Or or the fear of having a kid got to him. It's something. And nobody quite knows why. Because obviously he's not going to tell you why, and he doesn't quite know. But, so Piper's thinking she can manipulate that. And she can sit there and say, well, you know what? We're living in this town, and they already judge us because of our father and because of, you know, Luna dying. Even though she died of old age, they blame us because we're outsiders to them. But Annabelle is our connection. If you want to stay in this town and you don't want the judgment and you don't want it to ruin my life or Annabelle's life or Gunner's life, then you should probably marry Annabelle. Like, you and Annabelle should get married. You know, you have a child. It would be better for her because then she doesn't have a child out of wedlock. And, you know, it would just be appearances, and that would help us. Because the town would be like, oh, you're being embraced by a family that's been in this town for generations. You know, even though everyone else in the Fires family is dead at this point. Actually, they're really not, but because, you know, I had to reboot the game file. So they all exist still, and they're not really related to her. But whatever. We'll just pretend those ones are cousins and not her. One of them should have been her parent. You know, so she's kind of trying to push that so that Monet and Annabelle actually get married. Even though when Monet would normally be opposed to that, Piper's kind of manipulation of saying, like, you know, it would be good. Like, if you want to stay in this town, it would help our reputation and it might help people forget about what happened with Luna and not be suspicious of us and blame us or drive us out. Like, we could stay here and we could become part of this town because we could stay in this house. She knows damn well that that's not true. That is not true. They're definitely, she's got to find a way out. But, you know, that will at least work. And she's like, and you know what? Like, if that doesn't work, though, we're going to have to think about moving. And that's our only option, though, because it's either that or we just move because this is our last shot. So, of course, Monet wants to stay here. So he's, you know, thinking, oh, okay, you know, I got to think about this. But Piper is probably right. Maybe I should just do the right thing. I'll marry Annabelle. It's not the end of the world. Like, I have to be, even though he's, you know, kind of off his rocker a little bit, he could be a stand-up guy and marry, we're just gonna have him drink a lot, double fist it, buddy. And marry Annabelle, do the right thing, and not realizing that to him, he's like, oh, it's convenience for both of us. Like, you know, I don't mind her. I mean, he cares about her, and he has moments where he loves her, but he's got more moments where he's like out of his damn mind, and that's like when he's crazy artist and he doesn't care about his children or his family or anything, and that's probably because he drinks a lot. So it could be when he's drunk, who knows, you know, but he's almost got like a split personality, you know. Whose phone's ringing? Congratulations. Thanks, Ordell. Why did it have to be hers? Because I want to see, like, if when they phone rings, if it still shows up blue or if it shows up different colors. You know? I mean, I gotta be honest, this is kind of like I know it's free and I shouldn't complain about it, but it is kind of like, seriously? We have tons of other shit we could use besides this, but whatever. You know? I totally forgot, but I realized other people pointed it out, that these cell phone cover things were supposed to be in Get Together and then never happened. So, like, okay. But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting if I go into the cell phone that now they're different colors, I guess, but I don't really. I like how they have a battery, even though that's useless, and that's like how many SIM bars they have, I guess. That's completely ridiculous. But you know. But yeah, so can he?
Vroom.
I don't think he can
Huh.
propose to her.
Filba, sure sanitva.
No, he can't
Right.
because they don't have enough of a
Waffy.
relationship. But I
Shunkin
think
Lamina Clark.
what I can do, we're just gonna pretend here. Relationships. Add relationship. Primary sim. He's the primary sim.
Rinka Shalbo. Obani. Jessene. Waxa.
I don't know how to do this. Relationship. Add a relationship. Primary sim. He was set as primary sim and secondary sim. Oops. Command center. Oh, I think if you click on her and then do add a relationship, she's the secondary sim. Okay, I got it. Wife.
Sabula, huh?
Okay, so I want to see
Rinka
something. I don't know if I have to do the same thing for her.
Habinka Bayuni.
Spouse. Okay, but now is he her
Listen.
spouse?
Rebanina.
Spouse. Okay, cool.
Swaffa.
All right, so you have to just that's just primary and secondary is just selecting a sim. Because if you do the relation, you can do the relationship cheats with the normal game cheats to set like the amount of relationship, like their friendship or their romance. But when you do that, you have to do it for both. So if you set Annabelle and Piper as friendship, whatever, that's Annabelle's relationship with Piper is at whatever. But then you have to turn around and do the exact same thing with Piper to Annabelle, which is silly, but I get that because sometimes Sims you're like, I like this person and they hate me. You know what I mean? So the relationship isn't always exactly the same. So yeah, I mean it makes sense, but it's a lot of work. So all right, so they got married. So we're just gonna say that they kind of went to the courthouse, and just kind of did it quick, just because their relationship is not high enough, and I don't want them to have like a super high romantic relationship. You know, I mean, they do technically. They're sweethearts. So she's got a good relationship with him, and he's like, we're just friends. Is anyone going to take care of this? Oh, we got to change her walk style because she looks like a dumbass. We're changing her walk style because she looks stupid. We might give her a makeover, too. And so, yeah, so they're going to try this getting married thing, but we know... Oh, she's got a sluggish one with the goofy walk. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of... Well, no, that's... Isn't that her walk? Isn't she have the perky walk? Oh, no, she's got the... Yeah, she would have the sassy feminine walk, and he would have the normal walk. So, yeah. All right, I just wanted to do that. I actually might go in and give Annabelle a little bit of a makeover, give her some new outfits. Just because that was a good teenager outfit. And that actually, it's a good bumming around the house kind of outfit, but I feel like she needs some more clothes. But... So, I think that's what we'll probably do. I'm not necessarily sure if I want to give Monet and Piper makeovers necessarily, because I really do like Piper's look. Maybe we'll give her a new outfit or something, and maybe we'll give Monet a new outfit. So they'll each have a couple of choices. But we definitely want to give Annabelle a little bit of something. And I'm not sure. I do like the short hair on her. Maybe we'll give her a different haircut. Or I do like this one, though. But we'll see. We'll see what I want to do. So I'll do that in between now and the next part. And I will probably get them a new house. So they're probably going to move. Just because we know the getting married is not going to help the relationship. I mean, it's not going to help their relationship anyway, but I mean, it's not going to help the relationship with the town. And Piper kind of really just threw that out there as a way to get Monet to agree to marrying Annabelle to kind of keep her in the family. So, and it's sad because it really seems like Piper is really being awful to Annabelle and using her, but Piper really does care about Annabelle a lot. Like Annabelle is Piper's best friend. Piper has a strong attachment to her, and doesn't want her to leave, and doesn't want her to kind of realize that Monet is almost useless. So she's really hoping that, okay, now if they're married and they have kids, Annabelle will stay for that, and Piper will be there for Annabelle and keep her happy, and realizing that, hey, your husband might not be the greatest, but, you have great kids, and I'm here for you, and I support you, and let's just forget about him being whatever. And, so, that kind of a thing. But anyway, so I'm going to wrap this part up here. When we come back in the next part, we will have maybe some new outfits for these guys, maybe a little bit of a makeover for Annabelle, and I will try to move them into a new house. So, yeah. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.